Alright, in this video we're putting the Speed 3 back together and hitting the road for a test drive. This follows a series of videos so you can see how we got here with a P0303 engine code and a broken spark plug. Okay, we're going to take the cover off. So in this video you're going to see a quick cleanup of the cover. You're going to spend a couple minutes gapping and installing spark plugs and coils. We're going to be removing the battery and the air filter and cleaning up in the engine bay in order to find a cover bolt, which you can see me drop into the engine bay last video. Eventually we're going to reattach all the electrical and all the clips, reinstall the intercooler, and finally start the engine, check for codes, and head out on a test drive. And the full test drive, that'll be the next video. Alright, enjoy. Here I'm kind of talking about how that hole is a little dirtier. We know we got service to that coil at some point because it was cleaner than the rest. This engine is getting its spark plugs. Here they are. Okay, so here's one of our new spark plugs. Here's the old ones, and we're just checking the gap on these. The tolerance we have for the spark plugs in this car, the gap is 0.028 to 0.031 inches. And so I'm going to check it at 29. I'm going to check with the 15 and the 14 together, and I'm going to look at the old plugs. And that barely wants to go. There we go. That fits. I'm able to pass. It goes in. That's like super snug. That goes in nicely. Okay, and here's the one that was on cylinder 3. And its gap feels the same as the others. So we're going to go with this gap. All right. So again, I want this to be 59, 29. I have a lot of room.
I wouldn't do that.
Shut your mouth while I'm making the video. Shut your mouth. That's a little tighter. (15 and 16) don't go in anymore. Let's drop it down to 2 to 14 and 15 to 0.029. And that's a perfect fit. So there's really nothing to it with the spark plugs. You just got to take your time. Okay, we're gathering the final spark plug now. Really doesn't take much. Almost no added weight. It's just all in if you like kind of hit it perfectly. Don't want to overdo it. And then after you've tried a couple times too, your eye becomes trained to the gap, and you can almost tell by eye if you've moved it. So again and again and again, very carefully. We're getting there. Well, actually, so we were looking for 29. We've basically got it. Let's see if it's at 30. And if it's at 30 or 29, I'm happy, because that's within the tolerance of 28 to 31. So, and there we have it. 30 is, well, We got all this info from the service manual. You can confirm it with your Mazda dealer. Nicely and slowly and carefully. See, you can't be in a rush with this. If it takes 10 minutes instead of 5 minutes, you just do it 2-3 times and slowly add weight every time you tap. 0.030 inches and 0.029 is exactly where we're at now with this. In it goes. So on cylinder 1 we had a gap of 0.030 and we had a 0.029 on the other 3. All are well within tolerance. All have some room to open it up once they get heated up. No worries or concerns. Okay, torque spec on these is 10 foot-pounds, so, well, 8 to 10. So here we go. There we go. It's down 4. It's down 3. Down 2. Down 1. Now, while the cover's off and out of the way, I'd like to try to retrieve the screw that we lost when we took the cover off first. I wasn't using pliers, that was stupid. And so it fell down in there and didn't come all the way down to the ground. So let's see if we get lucky looking for the spring. This is pretty much blind here, but oh, that's hopeless. Alright, so I've been here watching all along, but Video Me's been doing a pretty good job of explaining what's going on. So we tried to keep everything organized when we took it apart. Here you go, pass the phone. So we're going to swap these two. And that way, if the problem with the misfire was coils, it'll show up on cylinder 4 now. So I'll remove that again because we're just going to... I don't want much at all. I'm being careful not to get too much.
Does that go easier? Go in easier this time now?
Yeah, quite easier. Alright, well that's...
I'll focus on it very well.
I definitely don't want it like on the electrode. But maybe I was over conservative by not getting a bit of this dielectric on the spark plugs. That goes down really nice and easy though. So I'm going to have some bolts right there. So this is the one off of 1, and this is the one off of 2. I've switched these. Or no, I haven't.
No, you're
1, 2.
All
right.
Yeah, that number 1 looks like a nice brand new one that number 1 was.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Okay, so we'll grease up. Okay, and this one is dirty number 4 from before. Number 3 has the number 3 written on it after we found that when I had cleaned it. So this one is going in 3 now.
Should we not be trying it exactly the same way as it was set up with new spark plugs?
No.
To see if
We have new spark plugs.
I know, that's what I mean. So that's already a change.
So if it was a spark plug problem, the problem should go away completely. If it's a coil pack problem, the problem will move to cylinder 4.
Okay.
If it's something other problem with number 3, we have ruled out that there's a problem with
the coil
of the spark plug.
code.
Yeah. Well, you know, We haven't technically ruled it out, but we've determined it's much less likely. We will have ruled out the coil, actually, but we won't have ruled out whether or not we had a spark plug or not. So these just need their bolts, and then I could be done for today. I'm not going to get the intercooler back on before I have to go to work. Okay, so... So was that the sound of me calling it a day there? Are we back at this now the next morning?
Find the bolt?
No. That's the cost of doing this, but anyways, you know, whatever. I'll just keep pulling it apart until I find it, so.
Good luck.
Thanks. So that was the neighbor who had seen me working out in the driveway over the last couple of days. So she sees me out early in the morning and wishes me luck, which I needed, and I didn't really have until much later. So I found this. I'm talking to the camera now. So check it out. No, no worries. You can take the camera.
I got my stupid laugh there.
So if this wasn't out of the way, if the air filter and all this crap wasn't out of the way, letting sunlight in, I wouldn't have been able to get my face in here and kind of see it. And I tried removing the battery and everything and all kinds of stuff.
And it was way down in there somewhere.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do now for this is just clean some of this up and make it nicer. So while it's all opened up, I'm going to take that as an opportunity to put some time into cleaning it, to spraying a lot of product, to inhibit rust on the fittings and at the joins, and to you know, prevent seizure of any of these bolts and nuts or anything like that. I want things to remain serviceable and you know, presentable. So that's pretty good. That's like, I think 4,000 or 5,000 fast forward. And I took my time doing all this. I did not want to hurt anything. I just wanted to enjoy myself. Go away, because I'm wearing this mask because the dust kicks up, so go away. Okay? It's not healthy. I've got all the tools, I've got all the right stuff for the job, so it was fun making use of all this stuff. Just verifying that the mass airflow sensor is nice. The MAF sensor. There's a whistle. Yeah, looks good. Got to see all inside everywhere. You know, the condition of everything is okay, and I was prepared to do any of it. I was happy to rip into this car and see what it looked like. Here we go. Intercooler back on. Here we're checking the clearance of the intercooler and all the electrical and hoses. And everything's tightened down, ready for action. Get some power to the starter, and here we go. It sort of surprised me that being off the battery
That's interesting. Okay.
for a couple days
Look at
actually
that
eliminated
here.
that code. Doesn't make sense to me. So in the next video, you're going to see parts of this test drive, which ends up being 70 kilometers. We had a blast. Now this thing isn't working. I wanted this GoPro to work. Okay, well, we gotta go on a ride here.
So you're recording?
I'm just complaining because we dug this GoPro out and then it didn't work.
New spark plugs. Nice inspection of the engine has been done. It's really unfortunate that this thing doesn't work.
Yeah, it would be much better for stability if that GoPro would work, but we'll get there. Just headed on down the road and out of town. So you can check out this test drive, which is a 70k test drive, in the next video as well. In the next video we have a drive a few days later where we actually had someone trail me so that we can see what the back looks like. Is there any smoke coming or anything like that? So let's check out both of these drives, and I haven't even seen the footage yet of that second drive. So that's what I'll be doing next. See you in the next video.